Hello YouTube, this is Jessica Giaquinto. I am the author of the debut novel Stand Up Fight Back, which is available for order on Amazon both in ebook, paperback, and on Kindle Unlimited. What I wanted to do was to do my 2019 resolutions. Now, I've never really done resolutions every year. It's just like, to me, it's like I set myself up for failure at that point. But this year, because I am doing this YouTube channel, I wanted to kind of hold myself accountable for what I want to do this year. And there's a few things I want to do both in my writing and in my personal life that I want to accomplish. Now, I have 3 things for writing and 3 things for personal that I will read off, and hopefully when I watch this back in a year's time that I'm like, I did that. Or I will just shake my head and go like, nope, did not do that at all. So I'm going to start off with my writing goals. The first one is to write books 2 and 3 of my Reaper series. At minimum, I want to be able to write, edit, and publish these 2 books within 6 months of each other. Basically, I'm figuring from January until June for book 2, and then from June, maybe the end of June, until December. So I'm hoping to have that done because when I looked back at the actual file folders for Stand Up Fight Back, the time frame where I actually wrote them was only about a month or 2. So it's very possible that I could easily write these books very quickly. Editing them, I know, is going to take a lot longer. But I do want to try to complete books 2 and 3 of my Reaper series so that next year I can do books 4 and 5 and then 6 and 7 the following year. So that way I have the entire series done in about 3 years. The next one is to set up the hardback cover of Stand Up Fight Back. Now, the reason that I'm putting this off is because I actually have to pay for the hardback version versus the paperback and the ebook, which are free through Amazon. Because I'm doing a hardback, I'm going to be doing it through Ingram Spark, and Ingram Spark does require payment for it. And I don't want to put out a crappy product. So I know that Stand Up Fight Back does have its issues with some things that people have brought up to me, but I want to get this edited 100% so that I can, 1, update the ebook and paperback, and 2, get the hardback as perfect as it can be. And then the last one is writing, but it's also kind of half personal. I want to finish season 2 of my Zombie Run blog. Now, for the people who don't know this, I'll leave a link in the description below. But on Tumblr, I have a blog that I've been running for the past 1.5 years, which is a rewrite of the running app Zombies Run. Now, it's the same story, same actions that happen, but what's different is that I actually put a character into the role of Runner 5 and give them a backstory and everything. And so far, it has done very well, but because I was working on edits for Stand Up Fight Back, I had such a hard time keeping up with it, and I lost so much passion from it. I burned myself out so hard because I was literally writing mission a day. It was that intense. But what I'm going to do is I want to at least finish season 2 because I believe I'm at the halfway point of what I've written, and I haven't posted anything else since I put up a note about the delay of missions, but so far I have not lost any followers from it. And they've all stuck around, and I very much appreciate everyone who has stuck around for that, especially because of this hiatus that's been going on. But I do have some missions backlogged that I'm going to be posting probably starting January. So I will also leave a link in the description below to that blog. And for anyone who has been following my Zombie Run blog, I will also leave a link in Tumblr for you to be able to follow it as well. Now, on to the 3 personal resolutions that I do want to complete. The first one is to drink more water than soda. I I believe it was September doing this. And I did really well in the beginning. The closer it got to the holiday time, I started slipping more because my depression would act up, my anxiety would act up, and it just became easier and more fulfilling to drink soda because it's sweet, it's carbonated, and it basically makes me feel better. So I know that's really bad. For 2019, I want that to be the year where I cut soda almost out of my life, because I know that if I cut it completely out, I'll just be a junkie anytime soda's around. I'll just suck it down, because that's exactly what happened. I think I went a solid month without having a single soda, and I had such a caffeine headache. I had very little energy in the beginning. I did gain more as I drank the water, but I found myself craving it so much that I started breaking it after that. And I want to just make sure that I can make better choices for myself health-wise. The next one is my Goodreads reading challenge. Now, when I started this channel, I told you that I had been in a reading slump for many years. And since then, I have read, no joke, I believe 14 books since I started actually getting back into reading. That is monumental for me. I could not believe it. And yes, I've DNF'd a lot of them because I found, not only with my food choices, but with my reading choices, I am very picky. I'm very picky about what I'm reading. I'm very picky about what I write. So I'm going to set my Goodreads reading challenge at a very lofty 50 books. Now, I know this might seem a little harsh and a little excessive, especially for someone who's coming off of a reading slump, but if I'm reading books that I truly enjoy, then I will be able to bust through that no problem, considering I've read almost 14 books just in a couple months. So I will try my best to do it. I'm not going to beat myself up if I don't complete that, because again, 50 books is really freaking ambitious. It is really ambitious, but I want to challenge myself and see how much reading I can actually do. And the last one is more of an overarching thing that I've been working on, especially with my counselor, which is balancing home life, work life, family life, and personal self-care time. Now, the reason that I put this as one of my resolutions is because I am such an all or nothing kind of person. I throw myself into 120% into anything I do, whether it be work, whether it be personal take care time, my love life, or my family life. I throw myself in 100%, and that's not good. You're always doing it that way. You're always going to leave something to the end. And I want to change that. I want to be able to focus on my writing and not have so many things swaying me, which you probably saw in my diaries episode, that I've been struggling with actually trying to balance my life because I'm so chaotic right now when it comes to what I want to work on, what I need to do, what is expected of me. Now, when I say each of these, I don't want anyone to get the assumption that I'm like just not pulling my weight kind of thing. I've spent the last year and a half working on Stand Up Fight Back, getting it done, getting it all that. Home life being like taking care of the home itself. That has fallen by the wayside. I do end up getting everything done, but it's usually days and weeks later. I'm not consistent enough. Like, here's a prime example. I do laundry every other Tuesday, and I'll have them all clean in the first day, but they will sit in baskets in my room for probably a week. Right now, mine is sitting in there for the last 2 because of everything that's going on. Now, I want to change that because my poor husband has to dig through all the baskets to find his underwear. So it's like, that's bad. As far as my family life goes, I'd like to spend more time with my parents. I'd like to spend more time with the family as a family unit, instead of just every once in a while I'll come out, say hi to my mom, do some laughs, cook some food, and then leave. So I want to try to be more present with my family. Work life, again, as I said with one of my resolutions, is I want to write 2 books. And it took me a year and a half to write Stand Up Fight Back, but that was also taking lots of breaks, not being entirely serious about it in the beginning stages, and learning the industry. Because I had a huge learning curve of learning the self-publishing industry. Now I have that knowledge, and I do still have lots to learn, but not as steep as I had in the beginning. So that's why I'm hoping to write 2 books, but I'm not going to beat myself up if I only get out one of them. Because I guarantee you I'll at least get one of them out. If I'm sitting here doing my 2020 resolutions and I have not written at least one and completed it, I'll be very pissed. And then another resolution, this is kind of a bonus one. Ever since I've been watching YouTubers do NaNoWriMo during November, I wanted to kind of participate, but that's next year. Prior to this year, I didn't exactly know what NaNoWriMo was. I knew that it was something writing related, but I didn't know exactly what it was. Then I watched Natalia Lee. I watched Oshi Reads. I loved watching her vlogs. Her vlogs were great to watch. And I'm like, you know what? I could probably do that. Now, if I actually buckled down and probably do it, I'd probably be able to complete 50,000 words in 1 month. But again, that's another writing / personal one, because I'm still on the fence about it, because I don't do well under pressure. I don't do well when I'm timed. I don't do well when, like, the heat is on. I tend to flounder and my brain just shuts down. So I'm hoping that I can complete that, but I'm not sure. It's still kind of on the fence, which is why I didn't completely include it in this one. But this is kind of like a bonus one. And those are my resolutions for 2019, and I really do appreciate the followers that I have gained from this channel. I only started this back in September, I want to say, like either August or September, I don't quite remember. And I've already gotten, I believe, 17 followers, and I appreciate everyone who watches my channel. I appreciate the people who I've talked to on Instagram and the friends that I have made in this community, and I'm super happy for everyone who is enjoying my content. Again, you can purchase Stand Up Fight Back on Amazon in paperback, ebook, and on Amazon Kindle Unlimited. You can get all those in the links below. Again, I will leave a link in the description below for my Zombie Run blog if you are interested in it. And if you are interested in it, leave a comment down below and tell me what your favorite part of Zombie Run is, because I'd love to talk about it. I don't have nearly enough people to talk to and gush about this series. But again, I will see you all in the next video. Keeping fabulous. Bye-bye!